Good morning, children. This is lecture 5 of magnetic effect of current. I am thinking you are doing well. You are taking advantages from all lectures. Please go through the video link, all the video link, and go through the NCERT book because that is required for the board examination. Also take some advantage from the sample paper, old sample paper. So it will be very advantageous for you in getting 100% results. So in this lecture, we will start the new topic, that is when current carrying conductor is kept in a uniform magnetic field, then what will happen? So current carrying conductor kept in uniform magnetic field. Current carrying conductor means, suppose that there is a wire through which current is flowing. There is a wire. Of course, it will be connected from any other source, any type of source. Then current is flowing through this wire. That current is I. You are knowing that any conductor behaves like a cylinder. Any conductor behaves like a cylinder through which current is flowing. There will be certainly length of the cylinder. So let L, length of cylinder, length of wire or cylinder, length of wire or cylinder. Certainly there will be area of cross section of the wire, area of cross section of wire. Now current carrying conductor means that wire kept in a uniform magnetic field. Suppose that there is an inward magnetic field. There is inward magnetic field kept in inward magnetic field. So the uniform magnetic field. Then what will happen? You are knowing, when current passes through the wire, then electron moves opposite to the current with velocity Vd, that is drift velocity. So Vd equal to drift velocity of wire, drift velocity of electron from the concept of Lorentz we have done. Lorentz told when any charged particle moves in a magnetic field, then it will experience a force. That force is called magnetic Lorentz. So this electron will experience a force. There are several electrons inside the wire. So the wire experience a force. Because cylinder means conducting cylinder, wire has many electrons and every electron is experiencing a force according to Lorentz. So this conductor is experiencing a force. That force is called magnetic force. So first of all, we find how much force is experienced by one electron. So force experienced by one electron, force experienced by one electron from magnetic, from the concept of Lorentz, F Lorentz is equal to Q V cross B. Q equal to any. So any V cross B. N, one electron. So this will be equal to 1. Charge on electron minus E. V cross B. So force experienced by one electron, force experienced by one electron, force experienced by one electron minus E V cross B. This velocity is Vd, drift velocity. Here is also drift velocity. Velocity of electron is called drift velocity. Now, we have to find this force on the whole conductor. So, we imagine a elementary part of this conductor. You are knowing, elementary part of this conductor will be a small ring. Elementary part of this conductor is small ring. So we consider a small ring. Actually, ring has some space. So we say that this is a disc, very small thickness disc. So consider an elementary of wire. Elementary of wire is this one. Here current is flowing and electron is flowing in opposite direction with drift velocity. We want to find how much force it is experienced. So force experienced, magnetic force experienced by elementary of wire that is magnetic, we have seen here by one electron force experience is Vd cross B. This is the force experienced by one electron. We will multiply this one. How many electrons are here in this elementary? So we had to consider here one terminology, n equal to number of electrons per unit volume. So certainly number of electrons equal to n into volume. This is also called, you have read in current electricity, electron density. Number of electrons per unit volume is called n. So we can write here n equal to n into volume, area into length, This is called number of electrons. So here we multiply here number of electrons multiplied by force on single electron. Then we can find here force on total electron on this elementary, and then we integrate this one, we can get the total force acting on the conductor. So Fm is equal to number of electrons n into volume, area of cross section is A. We have supposed length, this length is L, so this length will be equal to that thickness, that is equal to dl. So this will be equal to dl minus E Vd cross B. We are knowing in current electricity chapter I equal to N E A Vd. This is the formula from the current electricity chapter. I equal to N E A Vd. So here is N, here is E, here is A, and this is Vd. So Fm is equal to N E A Vd, that is I, and this is dl cross B. Because this is a vector quantity, so certainly there will be cross. I cannot have the cross because I is a scalar quantity. So we have taken this vector and dl. This is the length. It is taken as a vector quantity. Its direction will be the direction of the current. So the direction of current and length, direction of length, both will be same. So dl cross B, and this is the force on the elementary part. So we take here d, dFm. Now again force on conductor, this will be equal to dFm integrated I dl cross B and so this will be equal to Fm I L cross B. L cross B. This is the force acting on current carrying conductor when kept in a uniform magnetic field. Once more, actually we have to find the net force acting on the conductor. So we have supposed the elementary part of this conductor that looks like a disc, from which or through which current is flowing in one direction, and just opposite to the current electron is moving with velocity Vd, that is called drift velocity. So we find out how much force is acting on this elementary part. So we have taken here magnetic force experienced by elementary of the wire, DFM, number of electrons, means how much electrons are here, into force acting on one electron, that is minus E, Vd plus B. Number of electrons we have taken from the current electricity chapter, this concept. So N A dl minus E, Vd cross V, N E A Vd we have taken I, and dl we have made it as a vector quantity. Its direction will be along the direction of current. So dl, and this is cross B, and so when we integrate for the conductor, we get here Fm I L cross B. The direction of length is the direction of current. This is the magnetic field, and the theta is the angle between L and B. So how will take the direction? So here we have to take the direction. For direction we take the Fleming's left hand rule. This forefinger indicates the direction of magnetic field. Middle finger indicates the direction of current. Then thumb will indicate the direction of force. So like that. This is the magnetic field inward. This is the current. Then thumb will indicate the direction of force. So this will be the direction of force, Fm. So I am writing here direction of magnetic force, direction of magnetic force can be notified by Fleming's left hand rule. If Fleming's left hand rule, if forefinger indicates the direction of B, comma, middle finger be the direction of current, then thumb will indicate the direction of magnetic force. Provided all the three fingers should be mutually perpendicular. So this is the concept for the direction. We can take direction using this Fleming's left hand rule, or we can also take the direction F magnetic is equal to I L cross B. So you can take the cross product. You can take the direction of magnetic force using the cross product. Cross product means take the direction of L, take the direction of B, then do cross and you can get the direction of force. So easily we can find out the direction of force, magnetic force, when it is kept in uniform magnetic field. We take now some particular cases. Case 1. Here magnetic force is equal to I L cross B, that is equal to Fm is equal to BIL sin theta, where theta equal to angle between L and B. Angle between L and B is theta, so that angle is theta, sin theta. If theta equal to 0 degree, means the direction of L is this one, means the direction of current is this one, direction of B is also this one. So magnetic force B I L sin 0, that will be equal to 0. Fm will be equal to 0. No force is acting on the conductor. If theta equal to 90 degree, means the direction of current is this one. This is the direction of L. The direction of B is opposite to L. So Fm will be equal to B I L sin 180. Then this will be equal to 0. Again it is 0. Again we can take, this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction of current, means this is the direction of L. Then angle between L and B is 90 degree. So force will be equal to, magnetic force will be equal to B I L sin 90. Sin 90 is equal to 1. So BIL, and this is the maximum force at this angle. That angle is 90 degree. So we can get maximum force when magnetic field and direction of current will be mutually perpendicular. So we can get the maximum force. Then we see our concept is very clear. We can find out force act on the conductor when it will be kept in magnetic field. So we'll see through following problems. Problem 1. Now here is This is a conductor. This is a conductor. Current is flowing. Current is flowing. Its radius is r. Here is the inward magnetic field. Inward magnetic field, that is the B. We have to find net force acting on the wire. Current is flowing I. Find net force, net magnetic force, magnetic force on the wire. Just we have seen. Then magnetic force, we have calculated VIL sin theta, and that VIL sin theta is for a straight wire. But here wire is curved. So how will you get the magnetic force? So here some tips is given. Take this wire make this wire as a straight wire. So put here P, put it here Q, and this is the direction of current, means P to Q. So length will be P to Q. This is the direction of L. This is the direction of magnetic field. Now we can calculate magnetic force is equal to VIL sin theta. VIL sin theta. Fm is equal to B. B is given B. I, current is flowing I. L, this is the length. L means length of PQ. Length of PQ. Length of PQ. So, and sin theta, sin 0 degree. That is equal to Fm B I length of PQ from here to here. This is R and this is R. Then the length of PQ will be equal to 2R. So this will be equal to 2R and sin 0 0. So magnetic force will be equal to I think clear. Now the next question, problem 2. This is a triangle shaped conducting wire. Current starts from P, going like that and reaching again here. There is a inward magnetic field. There is a inward magnetic field. Find magnetic force. Magnetic force on the wire. On the wire. On the wire. If each side is A equal to side, each side is A. So we have got here, angle is not given, but you are watching here, it is a equilateral triangle, side is same, it is a equilateral triangle, side is same, so each angle will be equal to 60 degree. So current starts from P and again reaching at P. So initial position is P. This is the initial position. And again P is the final position. Just I have given you concept that join the line between initial and final. Initial is same, final is also same. So L will be equal to, so L will be equal to 0. Magnetic force is equal to BIL sin theta. Here L is 0, so magnetic force will be equal to 0. Because initial and final both positions are same. When we draw the line between initial and final as a straight line, then the length of this straight line will be 0 because initial and final positions are same. Because current starts from P and again reaches that. Hence, this magnetic force is equal to 0. Now, the third question. Number 3. A straight conductor having length 20 centimeter and mass 200 milligram are held in air in uniform magnetic field. The current passing through conductor is 10 ampere. Find the magnetic field applied if Earth's magnetic field is negligible. This is the question. A straight conductor, this is the straight conductor, having length 20 centimeter, its length is 20 centimeter, and mass 200 milligram, its mass is 200 milligram, are held in air in a uniform magnetic field, are held in air by any support. It is hanging like that. There is no support in hanging. Then certainly its weight is acting downward, and this weight is balanced by some another force. This weight is balanced by some another force. So question raises, from where this force comes? Due to the application of magnetic field. When and current flowing through the conductor is 10 ampere, suppose that this is the 10 ampere, this is the I, 10 ampere. When we apply Fleming's left hand rule, then certainly one force is acting upward, that is the magnetic force, and we apply this one. This is the direction of magnetic field, this is the direction of current, then certainly thumb will indicate the force. So here is inward magnetic field. And this inward magnetic field provides magnetic force which balances the weight, and that's why it is hanging in the air. Hence, since conductor is hanging in air, so force magnetic is equal to mg. Force magnetic d I L sin 90, because all the three are mutually perpendicular, mg, and so we can calculate the B, mg by IL. M, mass 200 milligram, 200 into 10 to the power minus 3, G10, I that is equal to G10, I that is 10, and L 20 centimeter, 20 into 10 to the power minus 2. This will be equal to 10. It will go above. B will be equal to 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 to the power 2. Then this will be equal to 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. Then 10 to the power 3 plus minus 3, that is equal to 10 to the power 0, or 10 to the power 0 equal to 1. 1 Tesla magnetic field is acting on this conductor, and that's why this conductor is hanging in the air. Now, one question more. That question is related to this topic, means how will you calculate magnetic force? Some applied question. The question is, suppose that there is a conductor, and this conductor is balanced by some support, means this is a thread, and it is balanced by, this conductor is balanced by the thread connected with a fixed point. Mass is given, that is m. Length of conductor is given, that is equal to L. This length is also L. Now it is connected with a battery through which current is flowing. Now current is flowing through this conductor also. Then you have to find tension in the wire. Find tension in the wire. If inward magnetic field is acting, means magnetic field is B, inward magnetic field. You have to find the tension. When current will flow, then what will happen? First of all, from mechanics you are knowing this thread is connected, so tension will be upward. All the three sides are equal, so this angle will be equal to 60. Here will be also 60. Means this is the thread, this is the conductor, here current is flowing. This is 60, this is also 60. This is tension T, this is tension T. Then what will happen? This tension, T cos theta, T sin theta, it will be resolved. So this direction will be equal to T cos theta, and this will be equal to T sin theta. Similarly, this will be T cos theta, and this will be T sin theta. T cos theta will be cancelled out. Only T sin theta and T sin theta means 2T sin theta will balance the weight mg. This is the balancing the weight. And one more thing, here force is also acting. Force is magnetic field is inward. So current is flowing like that. Then force, magnetic force is acting upward. Now the system is in equilibrium position. At equilibrium position, upward force equal to downward force, upward force, that is equal to Fm plus 2T sin theta, downward force equal to mg, Fm BIL sin 90 plus 2T sin 60 equal to mg. Hence BIL plus 2T sin 60 root 3 by 2 cancel, that is equal to mg. Then it will be equal to T root 3 is equal to mg minus BIL. Then T is equal to mg minus BIL divided by root 3 n, that is mg minus BIL divided by root 3, means value is not given. So this will be the answer. This is the answer. This is the required tension acting in the thread when battery is connected. So on the basis of this primary level, several questions are asked in board examination. First of all, one derivation is given from here. How will you get the force? And some dependent question will be asked. I will give you some questions also in assignment. So do it and clear this topic. Thank you.